Hi all, this is Solo bringing you another YouTube video, and today we are going to be covering Once Human. The beta is just dropped for Steam, and if you want to try out now, you can download it for free. I think it is a 37 GB download, but it is for free for a limited time just to try it out. It is a beta, so just remember it is a beta and it's still a buggy state. There is quite a lot of things that are still buggy in the game, but if you want to try it out for free, now's the time to do it. As soon as you go into the Once Human beta, you will go straight into Customer Creator. In this Customer Creator, you have pretty much everything you want. You have all female and male presets, around 20 to 25 presets for male and female. You can also customize them yourself, and you have all the good stuff, the face, different customizations. You have the body sliders, you have the boob sliders, you have the legs, arms, and all that sort of stuff. You have the makeup. You also have tattoos and stuff like that, which you can place all around your body if you want. And once you've got rid of everything you want, you then name your character, and then you go straight into the intro, which is a sort of cutscene. That will basically show you being in some sort of test tube, and then after you sort of do the cutscene, you go straight in and you go straight into sort of tutorial stage, which will then bring you into the main game. Now that we will be covering now.
195.79 Celsius. Physical movement or brain function not detected. Subject status stable. Dagger still stuck in the sheath. Inspection 481 complete. Requesting a higher power outlay for the isolation chamber to prevent any further outages. What's that? Security breach. Security breach!
Right, so the combat in Once Human. So the combat in this game is very similar to the Division 2 in terms of the way it plays out in the third aspect, and it's very similar. And what I mean by that is you have exactly the same system in terms of you go around killing all the enemies. Once you kill all the enemies, you harvest all the resources, materials around the map, off the enemies and around the map as well. You pick up blueprints. You pick up blueprints for armor, weapons, materials, healing sort of kits, different items to make. We get to the make and crafting style bit after the combat, this bit. And basically you have to make your own ammo, you have to make your own archer bows and arrows and stuff like that. And everything you pick up, you will be basically turned into materials to make these all different weapons, armors, different hats, all different accessories, all sorts of stuff, right? As you can see, I've got a backpack on. The backpack does not have a enemy alien in it, and what I mean by that is, yes, you get enemy aliens that you defeat off from the other bosses, and basically you put these sort of aliens into your backpack and you can harvest their powers, basically like a little incubator. And what it does is whatever enemy you kill If it's a boss, for example, they'll drop like this little alien thing. You pick up the alien, you take it back to your base, you put it into a capsule, like test tube style thing, and what happens, it goes into your backpack, and whatever abilities this alien has, you can then use it yourself by summoning that alien and getting to use the abilities for you. Kind of a neat thing to sort of go. It's sort of a neat sort of way to look at things. It's sort of the Division style shoot 'em up third person aspect with like special abilities and sort of psychic abilities as such, like the Force. You can pick up like stuff to chuck at your opponents, or you can get this like alien powers you can also use as well, right? So combat wise, it's very smooth. I've had zero issues in terms of performance with the combat. In terms of graphics, I have this 4K 60 FPS on my monitor. I had zero issues. In terms of the actual performance wise, in terms of combat, absolutely zero issues. Really, really smooth, really, really fun. This is on Steam. This is on the beta. You can download it now and play for free. Put Once Human on the Steam page and it will come up as the demo. Download it. It's a 37GB patch. But even though it's a 37GB patch, it's not a demo. It's actually like a beta. They just called it a demo. You download pretty much the whole game, I think. And basically what I just picked up there was basically like a teleport point. So you go around, you pick up the you go around and you activate the teleports, and then you can basically teleport around the different maps. The map itself is absolutely huge. You start off at level 1, you go to level 10 or 11. In this area where I am now, you beat the boss, which is a dungeon. I'll get to the dungeon after this. And basically you have a dungeon fight, you beat the boss, kill the big bad boss of the area, and then you basically move on to the next area, which will be like level 10 to 20. Right, so this is 0 to 10, and it'll be 10 to 20, 30 to 40, 50 to 60. On the dungeon I was facing, I think I was up to level 60 in terms of extra hard mode, which is level 60 boss. And basically what happens is you beat the higher level enemies, you get better level gears, you better level blueprints, better level items, better level resources. You go back to your base, you can customize your base, build a base, all that sort of stuff. We'll get to that after this combat. And basically what this combat is basically what you're seeing now. The whole entire game is this. You go around, you get resources, you kill enemies. Very Division-like. I know I keep mentioning the Division, but the Division 2 is very similar to this in a sense that you go around, you get resources, you're killing everything, you're crafting new gear, you're progressing all the time. And yeah, it's just really, it's fun. It's fun to do it. It doesn't get repetitive very much. I played this for about 4 hours straight, and I did the same thing from start to finish in a sense, and I didn't really have much issues, or I didn't really feel it was repetitive or anything like that. The good thing about the bows in this game is once you shoot an enemy and kill an enemy with a bow, you get all your arrows back. You can craft new arrows, of course, back at your base, and you can teleport to your base, so you don't have to worry about running from one side of the map to the other. You can just teleport once you open the map up. The map is very, very big, like I said before, but for some reason bows and melee weapons seem to do a lot more damage than the actual machine guns, pistols, or Uzis or shotguns in this game. The crossbows, and the archer bow, what I'm using now, does like 800 damage for a headshot, which is ridiculous. And you get a headshot with an AK-47 and it does like 50 damage. So, and you can actually pick up the bow's ammo, so you can pretty much keep using it over and over again. It's really, really good, and pretty much 1 or 2 shots pretty much every single mob in the game so far. And you have to craft bullets in this game as well, which is really expensive and really time consuming, and bows just cost wood, and they do a lot more damage. So far I think the bows are a lot better than the actual ammo weapons in this game, but I've only unlocked the first and second tier. You can go up to the third or fourth tier at the minute, and what I'm now unlocking is a teleport tower. The teleport tower activates in that area. You can then teleport to that area all the time now from wherever you are on the map, as long as you have these teleport towers unlocked. Right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go jumping straight into the dungeon fight, and I'm going to show you the dungeon fight now. And this is basically the boss for this level, and we're going to go through the boss and see what you think. Right, so what you do is when you get to a boss area, you basically have to, you don't have to, you can do it solo, but you can join up to 4 people, and I joined up to 4. I've joined 4 random people in this fight here. So what we're going to do is, this is the area boss. This is the level 10 area boss, the very first area you'll do in a beta. if you download the beta now, or it's probably going to be the very first boss in the game when it officially comes out anyway. And what you do is you get a cutscene, and the cutscene will show you how the big bad boss, which we're just going to watch now. And as you can see, the boss is like super gross, super grotesque. It's like sort of some mutation that sort of absorbs the other people he tried to kill before, and it's now your job to kill him and get basically his alien. He drops an alien that you can use afterwards, right? So what you want to do is you and your team have basically got to kill him. He has a big old health bar at the top of the screen. Standard boss stuff, right? And this boss is fairly simple. He's got a Gatling gun. Keep out of his Gatling gun way. He also has a rocket launcher as well. He'll shoot the rocket launcher up in the air and he'll do like a mortar style attack. So basically all you got to do is keep out of his Gatling gun and basically dodge his rockets when he shoots his rockets. I keep well out the way and I'm already behind cover, so I'm already sort of ready for it. The critical strikes in this game are red, so when you hit him in the head, it'll be red. It'll be a critical strike. White is normal attacks, and I think there's another color when you hit like a crucial spot on his body. Like they have weak spots on the body, so I think it's like a yellow, right? And when it says journey complete, what that is like a you have like a quest log and you have a journey log. This journey log gives you XP when you do like certain achievements, like do X amount of damage to a certain enemy or stuff like that. As you can see, he does hit me from far as well, so I have got to be careful. I have crafted a lot of healing items for this boss, so I am ready for him. But as you can see, every time you aim, you go into first person mode, and what happens is now there's a second stage of his fight. He now goes into a bit where he's immune, and you got to basically kill the two towers. These two towers will spawn enemy minions unless you destroy them quick enough. As soon as you destroy the towers, the enemy minions will die as well, and you'll go back to killing the boss. And they do this 2 or 3 times, and that is basically the fight. This is obviously the easiest fight, the level 10 fight, but this is the first boss. He's really fun to fight, and you can't get too close to him because obviously the Gatling guns go shred you, right? But I like the fact that when you go into first person mode, you actually get the first person view, and you can, it helps when you're using like an AK-47. It actually helps to go in first person mode. If you go in third person mode, you kind of get more of a spread on your bullets, which is weird. But when you go into first person mode, you don't really get that spread as much, and you can sort of slow it down and time it down. You can go to single shot mode if you want to, or just tap the shoot button slowly to get the accuracy you want. And as you can see, I'm trying to hit him in the head as much as possible. My team is sort of distracting him. Some people are trying to melee him, which is not a wise decision, because he literally just slaps you and then you do like half your health, so it's not really a wise decision. But as the boss fight goes, you go with a team of 4. In terms of how long it took me to find this team, you literally press U on the keyboard, which is party finder. You go into party finder, there's an autofill button. You press the dungeon you want to do, and it will tell you what dungeon you are doing when you go to select the dungeon. And you select this dungeon and you press auto find, and literally within like 20 seconds I had a team of 4 I automatically got joined into. We all spawned in the same area, which was right in front of the boss area, and then we spawned into the boss. So in terms of finding people, you're not going to struggle in this game. Everyone's pretty much in a similar sort of style, sort of waiting for the boss fights. Very quick, no issues in terms of how long I had to wait or anything like that. Very smooth, and we pretty much went in a seamless experience without any issues. The boss fight himself, he doesn't do too much damage. He does like sort of a quarter of your health if you get hit by them rockets, but you can, as long as you have plenty of health potions, you'll be alright. And you can stay behind cover for the Gatling gun, so it's pretty simple mechanics, but it is fun. As you see, I ran out of bullets and I'm going to the bow. The bow does a credible amount of damage. I don't know if that's intentional or not, but it does seem rather strong. The shots from the boss are telegraphed, so you have the red circles on the floor. You'll have like a beam style sort of red line when he's doing a straight line attack as well. And he's so focused on the enemies, he doesn't really care about me hitting him in the head with this bow that does a crazy amount of damage. But yeah, so yeah, that's the boss fight. The boss fight is really fun. Once you beat the boss, he will drop a load of loot, similar style to any other boss fight. He'll like explode a loot, and you go onto the boss's dead body. Once you go onto the boss's dead body, you'll be able to pick up like the alien, which is like a yellow blob in this case, which is his head. And then you take your head back to the base, and then you'll basically get that alien, put it into like a test tube, and then you'll make that test tube sort of convert it into your backpack. And as you can see, these yellow blobs are floating up here. You go to select one, and you basically get that blob, take that blob, and now you've got that blob in your inventory. You then have to go back to your base to put the blob into the test tube to then use it in your backpack and use his abilities. So that was a boss, and it's really fun. I mean, I had a lot of fun doing it, and if you're playing the beta, you'll have a lot of fun too. This is basically what he drops. He drops a load of modifiers, so you can add modifiers to your guns, like extra crit, extra damage, extra speed, extra reload speed, extra accuracy, them sort of things, right? It's basically like a passive thing you can add to your gear. Metrics in this game is basically your skill points. You use them skill points to make extra different craftables, unlock different items, unlock different structures, unlock different house building materials, unlock different types of roofs, different sort of storage boxes, different crafting benches, all that sort of stuff, right? And you have all different rarities from white, green, blue, and orange, which are all the standard sort of rarities. And yeah, that's pretty much the boss fight in this game so far. Now let's go to the crafting style of this, the crafting aspect of this game now, right? Right, so the crafting aspect of this game, there's a lot. There's probably one of the biggest appeals to this game is the crafting stuff to this game. I built this house by myself. This is a house I built. It's a 3-story house. You start off with the foundations, and basically you start off with wood, and then you can go up and you get everything, right? You get all different foundations, from wood to metal to stone, and you keep going up and up the tiers, and you get all different crafting benches, smelting benches, so you make copper ingots and all that sort of stuff from the smelter. You make all different crafting gear, from weapon ammo to like machete stuff to medical healing stuff to food you can cook to get buffs. And you can go and you can make windows, you can make doors, you can make all different types of roofs. Like you can build a house, right? You can build all different types of houses. You get all spiral staircases. You get all different types of fencing, all different types of defenses, like turrets, automatic turrets. As you can see, I built mine on top of a hill. If you ever want to move your entire base, it's one button press. You go to this statue, which is basically something that you use to start your base with, like a point where your area is. So when you put this point down, you have an area where you can build. When you want to remove your base, what you have to do is you press a button on that point, and then you can pretty much move your entire base whatever point on the map you want. So you can go from one side of the map to the other. You can build it wherever you like. And I found this hill, and there's no one else around me. So what I've done is I built on top of this hill. There's no other people around me. I've extended my base, because you can upgrade your base to have a bigger area. So it goes from a little white square, which you can build your area in, to a bigger white square. And every time you upgrade, you get more and more space. So the square gets bigger and bigger. I have now built myself a garage. You get a motorcycle in this game at the sort of early stages of the game. This is basically your mount. You can use it whenever you like. You do have to build fuel for it when it runs out of fuel, but you can basically travel from one side to the other side of the map without running out of fuel. As you can see, we have frames, interiors, doors and windows, structures, facilities, furniture, and there's also loads of other stuff I haven't even unlocked yet. But literally, I've spent about an hour and a half just building up my base. And you don't have to rebuild your base. Like I said, you can press one button, and it doesn't just take your area with you, it takes everything in that area with you. So I pretty much take my house with me, right? So I press one button, my house comes with me, my garage comes with me, my motorcycle comes with me, and you can see you get all different turrets, you get all different power, outdoor, defensive, you have crafting, you have storage, you have furnitures, all different types of furnitures. In terms of prints, that's like all different wall colors, floor colors, roof colors, all the structures you have, like you have crafting benches, storage stuff, you have water, you have architectural stuff, you have special stuff like what I'm now going to build now. This is basically the test tube I was talking about earlier. You put this down, it's like a test tube sort of thing. Then you put the alien inside the test tube, inside this thing I'm now showing you. And then you basically press a button and it goes into your backpack, and then you can use the abilities from the alien inside that test tube in your backpack, and then you can use the special abilities. Kind of cool. You get all automated turrets, like super Gatling guns. You can have zombies that attack your base and stuff, or even people. If you do a PvP server, you can do PvP server. I'm in PvE, but you can do a PvP server, so you can actually make all Gatling gun or automated turrets. So if an enemy tries to attack your base while you like crafting or something, your automatic turrets will come on and they'll just destroy them, right? As you can see, I got the gel. The gel is from the previous boss fight we just saw, and it's basically the middle of that boss, right? So we took the middle of the boss, we put him in his test tube, and now he's in that test tube, and he's basically our alien creature now. We're now going to use that alien creature, and what we're going to do is going to chuck him in our backpack. And how you do that is you click on him now, and you go to synchronize to cradle. Cradle is your backpack, and basically what happens is when you click synchronize, it will, whatever's in that test tube will synchronize to your backpack, and then you can use all the abilities what he has. And I think it should show you on here what abilities he has, and you can basically use them abilities yourself now to fight monsters and stuff like that. As you see in my backpack now, I have a little yellow blob in my backpack, and I can use all his abilities, which is pretty cool, right? And but anyway, back to the crafting. You can build whatever you want. You can build as high as you want. And as you can see, the white area now, that's pretty much my building area, so I'm not even halfway. As you can see, there's absolutely loads of different crafting benches, loads of different power bench stuff you can build, facilities, structures, furniture, and prints. That's all the stuff that I've unlocked so far, and I haven't even got a quarter of the way through yet. Okay, so just think about that. I haven't even got a quarter of the way through. I haven't unlocked any steelwork stuff. I haven't unlocked any tier 3 or above weapons. I'm on tier 1 and 2. I think it's like 8 tiers or something stupid like that. This is a fence. This is a structural defense fence. So in terms of this is to stop zombies from getting in, right? So I was thinking, do I just put it there, or do I just build myself around? Because the whole white area you're seeing, like the whole white border, inside that area is my area. I can build there. No one else can build there. That is your own space, and no other person can build in your space. So when you upgrade your square and there's no other area, enemies, or no other players around you, you can keep increasing your area, and you can keep making it bigger and bigger as long as there's no other no other player bases near you, right? That's why I went over here when there's no one else here. And what I've done is I've just made this big area mine, and I'm just going to keep this big area, and I'm going to put loads of turrets and stuff into it eventually. And yeah, I'm just going to make it like a super huge facility in the end with like all my different stuff, all my different features and turrets and all my different types of foundations I'm going to build. I'm going to have a different garage for each. With in terms of vehicles, the vehicles in this game, so you start off with a bike, then you go to a car, and then you have a 4x4, and then you can basically keep upgrading your vehicles as well. So you don't just have a bike, you just start off with a bike because it's the easiest thing to give you. And you can see I'm just making a little defense around my entrance of my base. They can't get to me any other way because I'm on top of this hill, right? And the only way to get to me is on these stairs. And I'm just putting an entrance to my base. You can always teleport back to your base whenever you like. You literally open the map and press one button and you teleport straight back to your base. I think it's like a 10-minute cooldown, so you can't spam it, right? But in terms of building stuff, if you want to destroy stuff, you get your resources back so you don't lose anything. You have a maximum amount of structures of 500. You have decoys and accessories, you have 170 as a cap. Facilities and furniture, you have 170 as a cap. And you have 4 power generators as a cap. So generators are used for turrets, automated turrets. They're also used for some of your facilities, sort of crafting benches and stuff that need to be used to have power to use it. You can also have furniture, so you can have like TVs and all that sort of stuff, which is pretty cool, right? And yeah, you can basically build like a house, like Sims wise, like literally you can build the Sims in this game, right? You can build whatever house you want, and it's really, really cool, and you can build it anywhere you want. Like I'm literally on top of a hill, so it's pretty cool. And yeah, I mean, the crafting in this game is one of the biggest aspects and probably one of the most sought after aspects in this game. It's basically like I said before, the Division 2, but with building aspects and sort of an alien style ability system, which you go around, kill the enemy bosses, and use their abilities to then power yourself up and use against the other bosses that come after that. In terms of dungeons, there are 4 or 5 dungeons, I think. Then there's like rifts, and then there's other stuff as well. So there's like different types of dungeons. Like maybe there's more than 4 people. I don't know. I've only done 4-player dungeons. Maybe there's more people than that. I don't know. But basically, there's a lot to do in this game, and I haven't even started, dude. I haven't even started, like, cracked the surface of it yet. I'm literally tier 2. There's 8 tiers as far as I'm aware. Probably might even be more. They haven't even obviously released all the content yet. They're still in the beta phase. It is still buggy. There are still quite a few bugs. But in terms of the building aspect, what I'm doing now, I've had 0 issues in terms of the building aspect. It ain't really been buggy at all. If it's red, you can't do it. If it's green, you can. It's pretty simple mechanics and terms of buttons you have to press. You get used to it fairly quick. And yeah, it's just fun to play, dude. It's fun to mess about, build your own base. And yeah, you can store everything in your base. You can have storage in your base. You can build your own storage. Have everything you kept from the fights and stuff you can store, and no one else can touch it. If you're in a PvE server, if you're in a PvP server, you pretty much want to get them turrets down as quick as you can. But yeah, I mean, in terms of a beta, this is really, really good, dude. Like really, really good. And yeah, try it out. It's on Steam. And if you like this video, hit that like and hit the subscribe button. And I'll catch you on the next video. Peace.